there was like little rocks and gravel on the ground. And I remember talking, and you could hear the gravel hit the chairs, but nobody was throwing it. And I remember looking at somebody and being like, man, did you throw that at me? I thought they were joking.
I was sitting behind them watching them, and they were.
Yeah, and she vouched for him. She was like, he's not moving at all. I'm right here. And I was like, are you joking to me? You know, you're throwing this stuff. And I remember this chick who, she is awesome, by the way, Stephanie. We've had her mom on before, Pat. And she was like, man, there's stuff flying all around you. And it's so cool because she talks like that. And literally, you could still hear it just hitting the chairs. That's the first time we've ever had rocks thrown at us. And that was cool. I mean, none of us got hurt, but you can hear.
Then we come out of that hole, and they're like, hey, you know, a demon throws rocks. They were saying, I was like, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, afterwards, they're like, so how'd it go for y'all? And we're like, whoa, man, you wouldn't believe. And one of our ladies, Rach, got cussed at, you know, in there. She could hear the F you, you know, he was
angry, he got his dick ripped off.
Yeah, that's right. And the guy that was out there was like, yeah, he gets very offended by women, I guess, and he starts cussing at women. So that was really cool. Really, really cool. And that's something that we would love to share with y'all. But I do have a lot of F words in that because I'm like, what the beep-a-dee-beep-beep-beep? Because have you ever been thrown rocks at in the dark? No. And it's cool, though. That's something I'll always remember. So where's our next place, Ashley?
It would be the Mothman.
Lord, how...
Point Pleasant.
Oh, my Lord. We're going to chuck on down to the Mothman. And that is also a Point Pleasant, yeah. So it's really, really cool. If you... Thank you, Frank. I just got this message from, we are really nervous because this is our first time on here, people. You know what I'm saying? And we love that any of y'all came and listened and came on with us from our other station. But he was saying that we sounded okay, which is really good because we love talking into this, our little speaker thing here. So it's really cool. We are really proud to be on Spreaker. And we know it's going to be all good. So anyway, we went to the Mothman, which is in Point Pleasant. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
All right.
On the border of Ohio.
Yeah, because I always get that mixed up with Mount Pleasant, but it's a mountain around here. But you know what I'm saying?
A whole bunch of Pleasant on
it. It's pleasant everywhere.
It's a point of Pleasant over there, and there's a mound of Pleasant somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. Right. We're going to point right at it right now. Anyway, this is the coolest crap ever. If you ever get to go to the Mothman, and we're going to tell you about the festival. And me and Ashley have been talking, we're going to have probably a whole show on Mothman and Men in Black, because it's really, really cool once we got looking into it and stuff like that. But we're going to talk to you about the festival. Freaking awesome. It's like they take Mayberry and turn
All 20 people showed up. It was awesome. Oh, God. All 20 of us turned it the hell up. Mamaw, everybody.
Mamaw, it was a good day. She had her teeth in.
Yeah,
she did. She had to.
It was like a family reunion.
It was.
All 20 of them.
But the cool thing is this whole town shuts down its streets and stuff, and people just get in Mothman costumes. They have oh my gosh, do you remember the little toddlers and tiaras kind of pageantry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we watched that. They had now Ashley, you might remember this.
No, I don't remember that part, but I do remember that.
Hold on. You better back up. Somebody got themselves in a pancake eating contest shaped like the Mothman. You remember that, Ashley?
I don't remember.
I do. And
I was on a lot of drugs.
And I got pictures. Oh, it was delightful.
Oh, it was so bad.
But it was really cool because then they did like a line dance and stuff, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing, but we out there kicking it up. Ooh, gotta kick it up. So we did
the one bad part about that is, damn it, they really, when they take a theme in West Virginia, they go with that theme. They put damn mothballs all over the damn place, and that's when we got pneumonia.
Yes, we did. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Because what they took mothballs and put them as Mothman, and it was so bad. We got a chick, Rachel, God bless her, I love her to death, who literally cannot smell. She had like surgery on her nose and stuff, but she could smell that her nose was running, and she was like, I don't smell anything, but I could smell this. We walked away, and I remember that night, I don't know if it was a chemical reaction or what it was, but we ended up with pneumonia, people. So watch out for that. Maybe wear a bandana. They might think
they were wearing that, and I was like, they got some kind of sickness around here? No, they were smart.
It was the Mothman gonna get you.
Yeah.
With the mothballs. Anyway, they even take the theater where you watch movies, and that's where people were presenting and stuff, and it was just so cool. I mean, I recommend anybody going up there. We had a delight, Ashley. It was. But then at the end, you can take like this ride. It's like a hayride at nighttime around where they thought the Mothman was and stuff like that. So tell them a little bit about the history, Ashley.
All right, the history is actually, they have a TNT plant near Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And in that TNT plant, they actually have like old bunkers where they used to store TNT. And that is actually one theory of what the Mothman might be. It would be an actual, like a big bird that fed off the radioactivity from the TNT explosives, which made him big and like his eyes glowing and everything like that.
Big bird.
He's a big bird.
Big heathen bird.
Really what happened is, like, it was this mass hysteria. People kept on seeing this big thing. It looked like a big man and a moth. And they were freaking out, and they were doing random stuff like, they would see it when they were driving down the street, and it scared the shit out of them. Then also, this one incident where this man, he was at his house, and he heard his dog, like, barking. And he went outside to look, and there was something, like a dark figure coming out of their barn. And he was like, "Hell with this, I'm going back in my house to get my gun." So he went back in his house and closed his door, and he kept the gun in his house, and all of a sudden his TV started going crazy with static and things like that. And he heard his dog, like, whimpering, and then it just stopped. And his dog was gone. His dog disappeared that night. And then some other people saw a dog laying beside the road next to the TNT plant, and when they went back to try to go get it, because they heard about the other guy, then the dog was gone.
That's horrible.
Yeah. His name was Bandit or whatever, so it was like the Bandit story. And then there was other instances when, after all that happened, then a bridge fell. So people thought that the Mothman was actually a bad omen or whatever, and that it was trying to warn them about the bridge falling. It was on Christmas, and it was actually a faulty, like, I don't know what it's called, some kind of part of the bridge. It was actually faulty, and it made the whole bridge fall, and it was during Christmas time, and people were going backwards and forth to Ohio, and so many people died, like 70-some, and only 70 people made it, and like they were saying that the rivers were really bad because all you saw was like wrapped presents floating in the water. And they were trying to say that that's what it warned them. And then after that, men in black would show up, but they were crazy men in black. Like they they kept on talking about how weird their haircuts were, like it was a perfect bowl cut. And the guy came up, and it was like he didn't understand how to talk to them. She was a reporter, like a news reporter, and the guy was coming in asking about the sightings. And he would lean really, really close to her, and she was like, it made me really uncomfortable, so I asked my manager to come in there and talk to him with me. And all of a sudden, he picked up the pen and looked at it like he never saw a pen before and started clicking it, and then he laughed and ran off. Like, it was crazy.
I got your pen!
Yeah! So, it was like random stuff like that. So then one day she was walking, and she saw him out in the street, and he, like, got scared, turned around, and ran, and all of a sudden a black car picked him up.
See, that's really okay. Bringing it back to the festival, which is cool. They have men dressed as men in black walking around, and I don't know. Like we took some pictures with them, and I was just goofing around with them. And then later on, he just walked by me and gave me a little note that said, "I see you."
They did that because they did random crazy shit. So she later found out that the guy was actually going around and asking people questions. Like men in black showed up at their doorsteps, asked them questions about that. Not about the bridge falling. Nothing about that. Mm-hmm. But what did you guys see?
See, that's a really cool thing. Like, there is one person who says that, yes, they saw the Mothman. And her name is Connie Carpenter, I think. And this is a really cool story because it also involves the men in black also. It was 1960s, I think it was, or something like that. It was when, I think around the same time that the bridge collapsed or whatever. She actually was driving and came across what she saw was the Mothman, and she almost like crashed. Well, years later, I mean, this really scared her, and I think she told people, and they also wanted to interview her for the Mothman Prophecies, which had Richard Gere and stuff in it, but she declined it. But she would let her husband talk, because what happened after that also is she moved up to Ohio, and one day she was walking to work or somewhere like that, or school, or something was happening, and this car pulled up. It was 1940 some model, but she said the thing is it was like brand new. Some of them even said, like, numerous accounts of these things would happen. They said they could smell that the car was new, even though it was like 20 years old or whatever. And this guy got out in a black suit, and the thing is he was tanned, and she remembers his tan because I didn't know this, but a lot of the Men in Black accounts do have that they're tanned. Like, this was really cool when I was doing research for this on the show also, because it was just really neat. I also saw a story another time that I'll have to tell y'all about, but the thing is this really messed her up, because then they tried to take her and put her in the car, and she had to run for her life, and she knew somehow that this was connected to her seeing the Mothman, and she wouldn't come. It was like, then she got like agoraphobia. She didn't want to come out or nothing like that. But the thing is when one of them went to interview her, one of the things she said is that her eyes, when she saw the Mothman later on, her eyes was like swollen, puffy, and like burnt. And they said that that's also a trait of seeing the Mothman or the Men in Black, because it's like it's UV rays. The same thing that burns us on the beach is what is burning her in the eyes. And they said that this happens a lot. Some of them actually get damage to their eyes from this. And this kind of blew me away. I was like, holy crap. I didn't even think of it in that aspect of it. So that's why, like, when people say they see stuff at nighttime and stuff like that, a lot of times afterwards, that'll be their side effect of it if it's a real UFO. They believe, like this one column believes and stuff. So there is a whole different aspect of that. Like, one of the guys from the Men in Black that might be attached to the Mothman also was attached to another area that there was a big sighting, I think it was New Jersey, of what they believe is a UFO that came down. This is crazy. Like, I thought Men in Black were not really Men in Black. I thought it was Men in Black, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was this, but it's really cool. You touched on the bridge thing, Ashley, but if you take it back even further than that, they say that there was an Indian. Yeah. Tell them that story. Do you know that story?
I am foggy on that story.
Okay. The story is that there was an Indian who got mad. Apparently that's where the demeanor of, I think,
cornstalkers.
Yeah. Say it again. The cornstalkers. Isn't his dress the reason why people think he is the Mothman, like his dress back then? Anyway, he cursed the river or something, wasn't it? And he shows back up and stuff like that. It's crazy, guys, if you get to go up to Point Pleasant, because where the bridge used to be, they have the stones right there with all the victims and stuff like that. So it's really cool that they put that back into their, like, lives and stuff to honor them. But it's the cutest little place. Plus, they have the Low Hotel there, Ashley, don't they?
That was a nice one, yeah.
Yeah, they kicked us out. Yeah.
It wasn't so nice. Did they really kick you out? Because I was asking.
Hell yeah, they did.
Oh. What did
they
you
said,
do?
I set my fat ass there. It was 100 degrees. And it was air conditioned. I had paid for the damn tour. I took the tour, which they have beautiful...
Did you really take the tour? Did I take a tour?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, Ashley, were you there when we were there? Ooh! You got abducted.
The time I was on drugs, okay?
You got abducted, Ashley. We got a Men in Black case right here. Listen, if a son of a bitch comes to our door with a bad tan, we ain't letting him in. Unless he's got $5 put in that damn mailbox for these stripping we've been doing in our kitchen.
And with the statistics, it's 46 of them died and 2 were never found.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. On this site. I mean,
oh my gosh. Well, what we're going to do, because this was just a delight, and I tell you what, starting out tonight, this was really cool. I feel that we fit right in at this party place. What you think, Ashley?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man, it is. So what we're going to do is keep on partying here, people, and you party with us, and thank you for following us. But we actually, I mean, that was a delight. I like the West Virginia. What do you say?
It was very lovely.
It was. We had a whole tour. It was cool to be able to talk about places that we went and we actually investigated. So we could tell you firsthand if there's some crap going on or we didn't get nothing. What'd you get from the Mothman? Pneumonia.
I did. I got pneumonia, but we did get to do a tour of the actual place, though. That was pretty cool. The TNT plant.
Oh, yeah. The TNT plant was really cool. Also... What else did we do? I tell you that Low. Okay, listen.
I saw the most craziest thing, and this is really dumb and has nothing to do with paranormal. But I saw this lady. Okay, nowhere in Virginia can you smoke in any type of place.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this lady. She had like no teeth, and she was smoking the shit out of a cigarette, cleaning a window inside of a store.
It was a restaurant. It was a restaurant.
It was crazy.
It was like she was puffing on it as she was wiping it off. That shit was funny.
That was the most bizarre I saw. I mean,
because I guess over here we're not allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was the restaurant that was on the Mothman